The ANC has once again chosen ideology over intelligence. This time by shipping 20 SANDF officers off to Cuba for so-called training at a jaw-dropping cost of 28 million rand. No accreditation, no strategic value, just another chapter in the ANC's obsession with outdated alliances while our own military infrastructure rots. This isn't just wasteful, it's sabotage. Defense experts and opposition leaders have rightly slammed the move as a politically driven vanity project, divorced from any practical military readiness. This is reckless spending, contempt for South African institutions, and blind loyalty to Cuba that defies logic and accountability. While our soldiers face equipment shortages and crumbling facilities, ANC ministers bankroll foreign excursions that serve no one but their own nostalgic fantasies. Welcome to the Rianru Show, stories that touch every South African in one way or another. The SANDF's latest Cuban excursion is not just illogical, it's indefensible. Pardon the pun. 28 million is being spent to send 20 officers abroad, with each costing up to 140,000 rand per month. And that's before factoring in the hidden extras, exorbitantly expensive charter flights and foreign allowances, as flagged by DA spokesperson Chris Hatton. But the waste doesn't stop at the price tag. The first year of this 2-year program is dedicated entirely to learning Spanish. Yes, Spanish, a language with no operational relevance to modern multinational military missions. So in other words, 14 million rand of the 28 million rand is just to learn Spanish. Why learn Spanish when South Africa already has access to world-class English medium training partners? This linguistic detour inflates costs, delays real skills development, and sidelines officers from active duty when the SANDF can at least afford it. And when they get back, will they be using Spanish again? If you have not done a slap of your forehead yet, then this is the time. This scheme mirrors the now defunct project Tusano, which burned through 2.6 billion rand in training doctors and technicians in Cuba. That program was riddled with inefficiency and financial recklessness. The Auditor-General found Cuban medical training to be 146% more expensive than local alternatives, and many graduates had to retrain in South Africa due to unrecognized qualifications and language barriers. Now, under the rebranded Project Kagala, the same broken model is being repackaged and pushed forward. This isn't reform, it's recycling failure. Ideological loyalty trumps logic, cost efficiency, and national interest. The SANDF's decision to send 20 officers to Cuba for unaccredited training isn't just wasteful, it's a direct insult to South Africa's own defense colleges. These institutions already offer the exact same strategic and joint staff courses, accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority and recognized for academic progression. Their quality is not in question. Other nations send their officers here, which speaks volumes about their credibility. So why on earth send 20 officers to learn unaccredited strategies in Spanish, instead of investing in our own high-standard local programs? The ANC chooses to outsource training to Cuba. No accreditation exists and no strategic advantage is gained. This isn't oversight, it's deliberate. It signals either a lack of faith in our own institutions or, more likely, a political loyalty that overrides logic, cost efficiency, and national interest. And we should be pushing leadership for answers. Accredited South African courses sit idle while millions are spent on ideological excursions. The DA's charge of an ideological vanity project isn't rhetoric. It's a factual indictment backed by the ANC's own decisions. The SANDF's continued entanglement with Cuba isn't about defense, it's about dogma. There is a deep-rooted ideological bias, a political hangover from the ANC's apartheid-era alliances. The phrase, obsession with Cuba, isn't a hyperbole, it's a diagnosis. And as defense expert Helmoed-Römer puts it plainly, I can think of several countries where our soldiers can go and take useful courses, but Cuba is certainly not one of them. In today's world, military readiness demands interoperability with strategic partners and training that delivers recognized, practical qualifications. South Africa already sends personnel to the UK, US, and even India, nations that offer English medium instruction, global credibility, and strategic alignment. Against that backdrop, Cuba stands out as the costly, non-accredited exception. This isn't about training, it's about nostalgia. The Cuban deployments are justified not by cost-benefit analysis, not by operational need, but by historical sentiment. And that sentiment is costing us millions while our own defense colleges remain underutilized. Strategic planning should serve the future, not the past. The ANC's fixation with Cuba is outdated and indefensible. The DA's call to immediately suspend the Cuban deployment and expose every contract under Project Kagala is a necessary reckoning. This is about defending South Africa's military integrity from ideological decay. Every rand spent on this unaccredited foreign venture could and must be redirected to our own defense academies. These institutions are already equipped to deliver high-standard, accredited training that builds real capacity and strengthens the SANDF from within. Failing to make that shift means accepting a defense force shaped not by operational readiness, but by political nostalgia. That's not just inefficient, it's dangerous. The SANDF must serve the country, not the ANC's historical debts. But what are your thoughts on this? Is this the kind of defense force South Africans deserve? One shaped by outdated alliances and ideological indulgence, while our own institutions are sidelined and our soldiers are sent abroad for unaccredited training. And the cost, financial, operational, and moral. A full year just to learn Spanish. If we continue down this path, the SANDF risks becoming a hollow extension of political nostalgia, not a force fit to defend a modern democracy. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and if you found any value in this video, please do like, share and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.